And that's the other thing I want to bring in with you doing your psychic games and Brandy helping and with Cheryl. That is also a conscious connection. It's all tied together perfectly. I mean, only the divine could bring us together, I feel. But and there's plans for more because I can feel the energy. I can feel people building on, and I'm all about just growing this community any way that we can in a positive way, with the Reiki, with the sound bowl healing, the tuning forks, all of it. It's just such a beautiful aspect of life that I think we need to pay more attention to, because we get so lost in the busy, corporate stuff. And so this will help ground, like you said, Ryan, just ground everybody and then be able to just experience some phenomena everywhere. I mean, we've got the orbs, the tiny orbs that are like right in front of us. We've got the ships or the orbs that are out in the sky, out in the atmosphere. There's so much out there. And I just feel like we're all connected consciously, along with the psychic, the psychic abilities. It's like we psychically also bring in these ships, the cosmic beings, whatever they are, that they want to connect with us. And they show us through the divine energy, like Justin was saying. And I just think that that's really important to tie that connection with the conscious, mind and soul and body and all of it. It all goes together, and it's a beautiful thing.
Hey everyone, real quick before we get into today's video, a couple things. First, I please ask that you like, share, comment, follow, subscribe wherever you're watching this video. That goes a long way in helping me be able to get these videos out to more people and help me be able to grow faster. I have a couple communities that you can get involved with. First, I have a Discord that's free and open to anyone who would like to join. It's a group of like-minded people where we can share experiences, talk about meditation, different hobbies, different kinds of things. It's just a fun place where we can have some conversations and get to know each other and explore this phenomenon on a deeper level. Next, I have a Patreon with a couple tiers. I have a free one that gets you access to some of my videos, like my latest presentation at the Paranormal Research Forum is completely free. And then I also have a tier called the Light Keepers that's just $5 a month that will get you early access to videos, and it goes a long way in helping me be able to hopefully get better equipment and continue to grow and evolve this. And lastly, I have an online merch store where you can check out designs like my Merkaba Traveler hat, and I have t-shirts, sweatshirts, coffee mugs, a variety of things that goes directly to helping support me and hopefully will help me be able to go to more events and conferences in the future so I can continue to network and meet fellow experiencers and consciousness providers, and hopefully be able to just find more people who I can interview and share more knowledge and information. So with all that being said, let's get into today's video because I am very passionate about this one. How's it going, everyone? This is Justin and welcome back to Beyond the Lights. This week, we're going to be diving into our community Skywatch events that we've been hosting out in Nunn, Colorado. So this week, I'm going to be joined by the owners of the ranch, Kari and Dave, and I'm also going to be joined by Ryan and Dave, who's been coming out and doing demonstrations for our public events. So please join me in welcoming them to today's episode.
What's up, everybody? It's good to see everyone.
We're doing great. Good to see everybody. I love having all of us together.
Yeah, this is awesome. I wanted to dive into having an episode talking about our events and everything because next month is actually going to be the first anniversary of us having our first skywatching event out at the ranch. So I would love just to talk with Kari and Dave. How did you get interested in wanting to do these events, and what led you to reaching out to me to start doing this?
Perfect way to start this because it excites me every time I talk about it. But Dave and I moved out here in 2017 and built our house, and it's just a perfect location for stargazing. That's not really the whole reason we bought this property, but as we developed it and, we built our house and then we started putting landscaping around, it just was it was calling to me. I wanted to share this with other people. And we started going to conferences. I had my awakening in 2008, but my spiritual growth started happening, I want to say in 2019, 20, somewhere in there.
For sure. Okay.
And, so I caught orbs. I thought they were drones, but once we started going to these conferences, I wanted to be a part of this,
Gotcha.
spiritual awakening for humanity. And I thought the best way we could, provide or at least get a community, build a community, where I felt like it was needed. I needed to be around like-minded people and I couldn't find them anywhere where
Yes.
we live. And so I talked to Dave and he said, and he's great at marketing, by the way, if you haven't noticed.
Yeah.
And he said, yeah, let's put this together and let's try it out. And I thought, I can't do this by myself. And not only that, TikTok helped a lot as well because I saw a lot of Justin's. Um, Obviously, I saw Justin before I saw Ryan, but Justin just really resonated with me because everything he talked about, even going to the mountains and doing the meditation and all of it just really resonated with me. And I asked him, I didn't ask anybody else. I just knew he lived in Loveland. He was in the surrounding area. And I asked you if you wanted to co-host an event just to see what would happen. And you were like, sure, cool, and
Yeah.
I was just so glad you and Daniel came out. It was just, we had every single event, from the very beginning to just July 11th. And, we've had some really great people out here and some of we've got some repeat people and we've got new, I mean, it's different every time. But I'm just so grateful for Justin for teaming up and you saying yes to, co-host with me. And then, sharing I'm going on and on, but you sharing that you met Ryan um, at the BMX bike park. And that's just exploded. And now, I mean, it's become a really beautiful thing. So that's how it started.
Yeah, and I love that because it was the same thing for me. I was feeling I wanted to build a community who I could share this message with and really start diving in and exploring this topic with more people who are in that same headspace. And I know our first few events, we had to overcome some challenges with weather and all that kind of stuff. But I feel like the challenges that we've had to face kind of pushed the community together more and it kind of made a more cohesive group. But in doing
Absolutely.
so, it kind of led to maybe we need to bring in something else that we could do in case the weather is not good. And also, I think that there's a way bigger connection with this psychic phenomenon and the UFO topic than is mainstream right now. And learning about consciousness and getting into mindsight and everything, finding Ryan and it's been really cool being able to get Ryan out in our events. I'm so happy that you live so close by. And I think the evolution that we've taken with these events is just going to keep progressing and everything. But Ryan, I'd love to hear from you. What have these events been like for you?
Dude, they've been amazing. I mean, me and Brandy talk about it all the time. I mean, me and you have talked on a few other occasions too, where it's just like, truly you guys have an amazing ranch and your location is amazing. It's beyond beautiful. And I think everyone, definitely feels that way. We want to help you keep it that way. But you guys just have such a great location that, your garage, Dave has made it into a stage. We've really, turned it into what I would consider a legit event. You know what I mean? in between all of us kind of putting out there. I mean, I think our attendance has kind of ranged based on the the date and the what's going on, but um really what I think it's done too is it's created a lot of hype about Colorado, about our orbs. I don't think Colorado's really been known for being too much of a hot spot for orbs. And I mean, maybe a little bit more towards like Colorado Springs, but not so much up north for sure. And I think what we're just trying to show too is basically, from basically Utah down through, southern Colorado, really the mountain ranges are pretty hot spots in terms of those states that are, adjacent. It's crazy because, between the three of us kind of independently, seeing orbs, I do think like Justin was saying, there is a connection with our consciousness and the orbs as well. And all of us are kind of in this gratitude mindset. We all care about each other. We all want to help each other grow as we help, ourselves grow. Um, I have it's been an honor to be part of your guys' events. All the publicity from the YouTube has really brought up my status as well. And I just wanted to say thank you to all you guys for specifically to you guys for having I'm pointing at you Dave and Kari. Thanks specifically to you guys for just having such an amazing I mean, if you don't know, this ranch is amazing, and they put a lot of time, energy, and effort into making it amazing. So it's something to behold. And Justin, your podcast, your attitude, man, just everything about you, dude. We are so grateful.
And I think I would
Yeah.
just add on that it's just been such a wonderful place for people who are, like you said, Kari, like-minded to go and talk to people who think the same things and want to explore the same topics and without
Okay.
feeling too vulnerable. Like everybody feels like it's a safe space and wants to participate and wants to meet other people in this realm. And I think I just feel if I could describe it in one word, being there at the Skywatches, it's just joy. I've had a great time every time, and I think everyone that I've spoken to would feel the same too. And that is shown with the people that continue to show up. So
Awesome. I love it.
Yeah.
And it's cool,
Yeah.
all the connections that we made, with new people every time they come out. There's just always different people. So the family's growing.
Yeah.
Dude, your
And
night vision goggles help, dude. You can see into outer space with those things. I'm just saying, you guys have some cool tech that you guys bring along and part of your ranch as well. That definitely increases what our sky watching events look like compared to some others. So, plus, I mean, you got the little bit of a driving range. You guys have all the animals. It's amazing.
and the kids have so much fun. The kids play basketball. The kids go
Yeah,
check
it's
out
very
all
kid
the
friendly.
ranch
At first, we
animals,
thought it'd
and they're
be,
outside being with other kids instead of inside just playing video games or being on
Yeah.
screen. So I love
for
that
sure.
too.
and
Yeah.
at first we thought it would just be an adult event, but the kids have brought a whole different dynamic to the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's a
With
family oriented, a place where you can go and you're not stuck in town or it's just a fun I think people need more things like this that you can do outdoors and then in the winter, it's you're inside most of the time and working on, editing or whatever, doing the
right.
indoor stuff. But in the summer, you want to go somewhere where you can congregate with other people and, share like the Psi Games have been a big help because it's that buffer in between everybody getting to know each other, playing some games, experimenting with their psychic abilities and tapping into some of that, and then taking a break. I love the breaks, and then we all come together, put our chairs out, and we stargaze and share all of our equipment with everybody, and it's just really it's evolved into everything I've ever dreamed of having. I want to keep it going for sure. I don't want it to become stagnant. I just want it to be a family oriented and fun. And then, seeing the things that we see in the sky, it's just mind blowing.
And kudos to
Yeah.
Justin for all the editing he
Yeah,
does.
absolutely.
Hours and
Thanks.
hours.
Yeah.
From when we
Um,
first met you and to where you are now, you've exploded. Same with Ryan. You guys are just taking off, and I love watching you guys grow. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing.
I
Hey, we're bringing you
appreciate
with
that.
us.
Yeah. I would actually like to talk about a little bit of, you know, how the event is growing and evolving. I'd love to get into what do we think the future, like what's our vision of this event turning into? Like I'm starting to get messages from people who are in different states and they want to try to start flying in and finding places to stay. And I know we're still growing and trying to figure out all of these different things, but I'd love for the audience to hear like what's your guys' vision for the ranch? Like what's your goal for it?
We've got big goals, big visions. We always think ahead. We've got just our main property, our house and our little farm is on our little 5 acres. And then we've got 74 acres behind us that is also ours. Mostly horse pasture right now. We've got 2 horses. But our vision is, and we've thought about this extensively. I mean, we're willing to go whatever route that it takes us. But what we plan as we evolve and we grow, we had somebody stay the night this last July in his van. And I've got people messaging me. Matter of fact, Colorado, um, um, I'm trying to think of her handle, but she does a lot of the photographs of like the Milky Way and the stars and galaxies and things like that. So, and she's helping me with my new camera, my Sony FX30, but she lives like in the Durango area. So if she were to come, how would we plan? And there's people from the East Coast that want to come as well. So we are planning on either people bringing their campers, they're welcome to stay. Do we get um, put a septic system in? Yeah, that's doable. We also thought about yurts, having yurts and a shower, a community shower out on the south side of our property. Um, it kind of depends. I mean, we're willing to grow wherever it takes us, is what I want to say. Yeah.
Yeah, which
Well, and
I
also
love
you
that. And
guys are
I,
not too far off of I-25 and a whole bunch of like hotels, big
Yeah.
name, hotels, motels right off of I-25, which is one of Colorado's main highways, that goes from the
Yeah.
north to the south or south to north, depending on how you want to
We're
go.
only
So
20 minutes from Fort Collins, so there's lots
yes.
of restaurants and hotels there.
Yeah, Fort Collins is a beautiful town and little town. It's just really, it's fun. It's a fun town. And then we're an hour and a half from DIA.
I was gonna say, it might even be cool for people that are wanting to come in, like you said, traveling, instead of just doing like a one night event, like
Right.
maybe it's a little bit of a retreat and it's a 3-night event or something like that.
Yeah.
So,
And we've
you
talked
they
about
could
that. We talked
really
about
get
having
immersed
some
in it.
reggae bands come in
Yeah.
the first day, and the second day is a stargazing kind of event, and
Yeah.
kind of make a party out of the
We're
weekend.
thinking big. I
all
mean,
right.
yeah, as big as we can get. And again, we don't want it to, I guess, cover up we don't want it to get so out of control that we lose sight of, what we're here for. Um, I really want the community to grow. I don't want it to be like a crazy party and, stuff like that. I want it to be family oriented still and, campers. I see, bands, reggae and just a fun, good time. And then we're also putting that vibration into the atmosphere to bring some of our cosmic friends and, see what they have. Because I know they want to show us, they want to help us evolve spiritually. And I think the more people we get together, it's a fun experience. Some people like Rebecca, she's so overwhelmed and it blew her mind. Like her whole perception changed forever in a positive way. So that's the other thing I want to do is I really want to touch people in a positive way and have them experience things that will help them grow spiritually and become a part of the community where they can share stories. Like I know Isaac contacted Justin after our last event, and you caught some really cool stuff because he was outside, I think around midnight or 1,
Yeah, almost
and
1 a.m. Yeah.
1 AM,
Yeah.
and sure enough, you guys caught some really cool stuff, so and Isaac never would have reached out to you had he not known you from the events and stuff, so
Yeah, and
I
I
think
wouldn't have
that's
gone outside. I was gonna go to bed, and then he messaged me, and I was like, "Oh, okay, I guess I'll go outside for a little bit." And then, yeah, I ended up recording a triangle
2
flying
hours
through the
later.
sky.
I
Yeah,
can't believe you caught the triangle, that's so beautiful, it's just
yeah.
amazing.
Um, so for anyone who is unaware and hasn't seen our events or anything right now, we have been having free events, and the goal is to keep them free as much as possible. I know with trying to grow and evolve into all the things we're describing, we're trying to explore different ways that we can maybe be able to fund those different types of things. So, uh, if anyone would like to donate, I'll have links down below to help us start growing this and be able to bring in these changes that we're trying to do. But yeah, I just think it's so cool that we are being able to get all these people together. And I think we're just going to continue to get more people, and it's really cool with Ryan and all the different psychic abilities that we've been doing too. Instead of just, some trainers only train one thing. So we're getting groups of people out to the ranch that are learning, a variety of different topics. So I'd love to hear some more about maybe some ideas you have planned for future events.
Yeah. So man, I'm a heart on my sleeve kind of guy, right? You guys all know that. Where I really see it going, dude, is we would be orchestrating kind of some maybe mini events with Dave and Kari. Dude, we would always want to have you. You were the solid. You're the foundation, man. You know that. But within all that, it's like, I do think, the reality is that we all feel it a little bit when we're doing all this stuff for free. It's like it's a little bit hard to keep it rolling and keep it evolving because it's just all out of all of our pockets and not, part of this event, right? And so I do think we're gonna have to overcome. Even I'm overcoming this. I've done nothing but train. Brandy can verify. I have literally not charged a single person for any of our trainings, anytime. The only paid event we've ever done was this one that me and Justin just did. That was literally just to cover the cost of the room, right? Just to try to break even. And I could definitely see us needing to try to break even on some things because we, between all of us, between time, energy, and effort, and especially Dave and Kari with everything that you guys have done to do the upkeep to the ranch, the food that you guys have provided, you guys are providing a lot, right? And so I do think we might want to figure out either a way through donations or through like a Patreon or something like that to try to see what we could do to just get a little bit more
Mhm.
support for the events and to help them grow, right?
Right.
And specifically for me in the psychic stuff, I would love to have my summers be doing workshops out at your guys' ranch. I mean, or even, doing like day workshops there and then the group kind of going into like maybe Estes Park and doing kind of a Colorado thing. What's really cool is we all have a friend named Austin who's actually a whitewater rafting guide as well as a mindsight guy, right? And so we just have a lot of connections where I think too we could not only use David Kari's platform at their ranch, but we actually have a lot of other things too that we could like do a retreat and have like a day program at, say like Estes Park, then come back to Damon Kari's for the night watch or, different things like that, where I think we could make it really fun and a really cool experience. Especially now that I have experienced a few of like what other people are kind of putting together and what they offer that are similar in this realm. Dude, our Colorado, dude, your guys' hotspot at that ranch has been next to none in what my eyes have seen. So,
Yep.
I definitely think people would be very interested, especially when they come experience for themselves. Your guys' ranch and
Fantastic.
Justin, dude, your video is not top notch. So I'm just gonna say you got to be there. What, you're the race stance of the group. You're like the heart and the soul. So
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, well, thank you. I appreciate that. But also, like you said, their ranch location. So through this process, we've also been studying the phenomenon scientifically and everything. And we've actually, well, I was sitting in my geology class last semester, and he was talking about uranium deposits, and he put up a map of Colorado. And I just so happened to notice that the largest uranium deposit in Colorado seems to be pretty much right where we keep seeing this parade of lights out at your guys' ranch. So
And
for
we don't have
anyone,
the mineral rights, but we do have uranium under
yeah.
our property.
So people may be wondering why that matters, or why that may be interesting. So this phenomenon seems to have a connection with nuclear, and with uranium being used for nuclear energy and things like that. I'm wondering if maybe there's a presence of energy, or the phenomenon is just there watching over this area to see what's going on or something like that. Because I mean, your guys' ranch is amazing. Like, I talked in our last event about how most of the incredible things I've recorded have been out at your guys' ranch during the events. So, like, yeah, has there been any experiences that haven't been at events that you guys have seen out there that have been mind blowing that you haven't shared before?
We're always seeing stuff, but
We do. We always see stuff, but we have more ships or more activity when there's a bigger crowd. So, and with the uranium, I'm almost wondering, I don't know if they can use the uranium. Are they mining it? Are they protecting it from the
Yeah,
nuclear,
I'm not
I
sure.
mean, who knows?
well, we have Warren's Air Force Base just to the north of us
Yeah,
with a lot of nukes.
in Cheyenne.
Yeah.
So yeah, we haven't, I mean, we get stuff, but we get more activity when there's more people, more energies, more, prayer, more meditations, just that energy flowing,
I think
really
one thing that
creates,
we all share too is this like really unconditional positive regard and love, right? Like
yes,
we emanate that from the events, and I think all of us emanate that individually, right? And so, that's one of the vibes that we're going to want to keep as we continue to grow and as we have people coming in. That this is a very positive, uplifting group, just like you were saying, Kari. Because I do think that is a big increase to the reason that we have these amazing viewings of these orbs and or ships or whatever we might be seeing. So
yeah,
Yeah, no, that's a great point. I'm glad you brought that up as well, because I feel the same. I feel when you have a group of people who are all aligned, all projecting, the same conscious thought out, I think we get these incredible responses. I mean, comparing my footage to when I'm at home, yeah, I've recorded some incredible things at home, but it's not at the frequency as when we're at these events. When I was at home, I might record something incredible every 4 to 5 months, where at the ranch, it's been every month there's been something incredible that's happened.
yeah.
dude,
Yeah.
I just gotta say
That,
this last set from July was nuts.
Yeah. Yeah. So maybe we
And
can
it's
get
real fun
into
listening to
now.
everybody hoop and holler in the crowd that
yeah,
haven't
Yeah.
witnessed this stuff. And when
Hey
they
man,
do,
if
they're
they're
like,
telling you to
oh,
say it, you're sorry. Don't even say that, dude. To be like, thank you, thank you,
Yeah.
thank you. Don't even let those people tell you not to
Yeah.
say thank you. I'm
I'm
over here
still
yelling, "Hey,
working.
dude, what's up?" So who cares?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still working on my video. I'm really slow at it because my computer's been at Best Buy. So the remember I was having problems with my presentation, and it was because of my battery, and it got really, really hot. So it fried the battery. But so kind of put me a little bit behind, but I'm working on it. I'm hoping to finish it today and get it out there. And I've got to get my email out as well, my follow-up email to the community. Just, I it's been really hot, and I don't have any good excuse, but I
and
need to
this
get that
August, we're
out.
going to have a huge barbecue to
Oh yeah.
celebrate.
So I don't know if this
Dang.
is a good time to say, but we are planning for August 15th for our next event, which would be the annual celebration. And then September 12th will be the one in September. And the reason I already planned that is the day of the new moon. Also, it's a time when a couple of people that haven't been able to come are able to come this time. So I'm excited about that. So we're able to plan the next 2 events, and then October will be our last event of the year.
Perfect. Yeah, I got a
Oh,
couple emails from people who are wanting to plan to come out from out of state, and they were asking me when the next dates were. So that will be perfect. I'll let them
okay,
know.
good.
And then for anyone who wants to get onto the mailing list from you guys for the events, what's the email that people can subscribe to or send an email to?
Our email is coloradostargazing369@gmail.com.
Perfect. All right. Yeah. So for anyone who wants to get onto the monthly letter about all of our events and everything, send Kari an email. She'll get you on that. So that way you do not miss any future events. Because sometimes it's really hard to get advertising and planning out for these events, which is another thing. There is going to probably be a couple changes with the events. I don't know if we'll start them this year or moving forward next year, but this year we've been having monthly events, and we're realizing that's kind of a lot to keep up with and promote and edit and all that. So next year we might be moving to every other month. So there are going to be some changes coming for our events, but I think in the long run, they're going to be really good, positive changes that are just going to help overall. But yeah,
Absolutely.
We get a good team.
Yeah.
yes.
No, I'm excited. This is a perfect team. I hope it grows, but this for right now, I am just adore all of you guys. Adore all of you guys. I adore
Likewise.
you too.
Yes. Thank
Yes, dear.
He's the
um
big
I,
he's
I,
behind the scenes. He does all of the backdrops and the cooking, the pulled pork and everything like that. And I just have the dream. And you guys are making my dream come true. And we're all experiencing it and having, just hopefully it's affecting everybody in a positive way. And that's my goal. I want to create something that is just a positive experience and fun and maybe, change some people's perception of really what's up in the sky.
Hey,
yeah, for sure.
Dave's beans changed my heart. I'm just saying they were amazing. They're like the best thing ever. I saved those from the 4th of July, dude. Those are so good. So
And their jalapeno popper bacon roll-ups, those were my
Yeah,
jam.
those
yeah,
were
so
really
we're
good
just
too.
saying.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Well, and
Good
everybody
food,
brings
good
something.
company.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody seems like they bring a little something when they come out. So
Yeah.
it's kind of a shared thing.
Yeah. No, it's a beautiful experience. So I hope that whoever is watching this can come out, experience it for yourself. It's really a lot of fun. We just have a blast. We share stories. We talk about our experiences. We see things in the sky. We get better equipment every time.
Yes.
And we're able to share it. It's just a lot of fun. So
Yeah.
we
Plus,
can make
it's
it.
like a completely judgment-free zone. I know I've talked to a lot of people. They're like, I can't even talk to my family about this because I'm worried about they're going to judge me. But you feel safe just telling this random person, like, whatever. I'll tell you what happened. I don't care. And then, like, I'm not going to put down anyone's own experience. Like, that's their own experience. That's their own truth to them. So, yeah, like, I think it's just a really loving environment that we've created. And with that being said, I'd love to get into we'll start with Kari and Dave. What has been your favorite experience of these events so far? It could be either sky
And
watching
mine is
or
connecting with other like-minded people for me. I
gotcha.
can't stay up as late as you guys and watch the sky, but I love everybody's got a story that comes out. It's just so cool seeing. I meet people at the gas station, at the fish hatchery, and we just start talking. They're like, "Whoa, we know this lights over Loveland guy." We're like, "Well, he comes out to our ranch," and everybody's got a story, and it's like you said, not everybody wants to talk about it, but when they come out here, they're like, "Oh, no holes barred. I can share with these people and feel comfortable." And that's my favorite. Is just hearing the different stories and listening to everybody.
Yeah.
All right. How about Ryan and Brandy? So you guys have come in just this year since we started. What's that been like? What's coming into your first event? What was that like for you guys?
Not really knowing what to expect, not knowing what we were going to see out at the ranch, if it was going to be kind of what we see out at our property or if it's going to be something amazing, which it absolutely has been every single time. I just want people to know, like, I like a little bit of fact data. You guys had so little light pollution at this last skywatching event. We were able to
I
see
was
the
gonna
entire
say
Milky Way with our bare eyes. The only other place I've ever seen
25%.
that Yeah, the only other place I've ever seen it like that has been like way secluded, Wyoming, Nebraska, somewhere where you're miles away and you are kind of at your property, and it is a little bit of a hard drive to get to, but once you're there, I just want people to know that, just because I don't want people
Yeah,
to get deterred by it, because
yeah,
once you're there on this ranch, it's something completely different. Your guys' love and acceptance and the property and the animals and just the entire ranch itself. You guys are pretty secluded. We've seen stuff just driving back and forth at night when we leave your guys' property. We're like, what's over there to the north? You know what I mean? And um, the moment that hit the biggest was, we do the psychic trainings up front. The two big moments for me is when we got all the kids to do the mindsight, and they were like climbing all over each other to answer the question, even though we were asking just one kid, because they all had gotten it reasonably quick, that they were all so excited to show it. You know what I mean? And that was so powerful, and just the connections we've made. And straight up, the communication with orbs has been pretty next to, I try
Yeah.
to bring my energy level down a little bit when I get out there, but of course you guys know I can't. Um, and then just the parades, man. The parades is what we call them.
mhm,
But just when you have, you know, even just 8 minutes of these orbs coming in and out, and you realize you're literally seeing hundreds of these things over that 8 minutes, kind of coming in and out. They're
yeah,
lower. They're not the satellite potential ones. These are the ones that are like, the parade ones. It's when you see that, or you see them when they just hang and move together. It's especially in your guys' night vision goggles. I just want to bring that up. You guys have such cool tech out there and so many different cameras. It's really amazing because you can get all these different angles compared to, say, if you just go up to the mountains and try to watch with your own eyes or your cell phone, right? You guys have a lot of tech and stuff that, I want people to respect that you guys have that and offer it to everybody, but that is something you guys, pretty willingly are willing to share. You guys shared it at the Bledsoe Skywatch, you know what I mean? And it's just
yeah,
been such an amazing opportunity to meet you guys and be a part of it. And Justin, dude, I talk to you all the time, but man, I love you, dude. You're an amazing dude. You literally have the best heart of a lot of people I've met. Everyone does, but Justin, you're in particular, man. And I
yeah.
think I think the reality is this group's gonna have a lot of cool things to look forward to in 2026 or in 2027. We're in 2026 right now. I'll let Brandy, because Brandy's
Yeah.
the newest to all of this, right?
Yeah, I would say I want to piggyback off of Dave that my favorite part has been building the connections. From the second we stepped out of the car on the first event, like not knowing what to expect, I just felt so welcomed and like I was supposed to be there. And then getting further into just making people feel safe, having those conversations, opening their eyes to these different psychic abilities and what the phenomenon out there is, and being able just to gather together and watch the sky, and just fresh air, good company, good food. It has just been so refreshing. And our younger son has come every time, and he always has such a great time playing with the other kids and enjoying the space with us as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that. And I mean, Link, my son, he's gone out a few times now too. And yeah, he loves being able to play with Axel and play basketball and everything. So yeah, like we said before, it's been really cool to create this community. Like the kids have friends to play with, they're having a great time. All the adults are learning these psychic abilities, acting like children, having a great time, which is probably my favorite part. Like most of the time I'm recording and doing all this kind of stuff behind the scenes, but I love just seeing people light up with that excitement. Like,
Yeah,
oh my God, it worked. I got it right. Like, that's the most impactful thing for me. And I love that we're able to provide those experiences for people because I know, like, Ryan and I talk about all the time, but it's really that firsthand experience that changes you and
yeah.
really sticks with you and is what's given me that curiosity to keep going and explore this further.
And we always go by like the motto, like once you see it and you have that firsthand experience, you can't unsee it. And then you
Yeah.
become so passionate about it that you really want to share it with other people too.
For sure.
That's the right word, passion. Absolutely. I mean, just listening to everybody talk, I want to piggyback on everybody. I mean, it's the whole thing. It's the community. It's the sharing stories. It's the kids playing together. Now they're becoming friends, and
You feel like you're in one big family, really.
yeah, yeah. It's like a family reunion every
Yeah.
time, but more people, come and filter in and that we don't know, and that just and it's funny how when we get new people that join the community, they're like, "We found our people," and
Yeah.
they're just so excited that they're able to finally just be able to be around a community that is like-minded just like they are. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I I also love with our events that there's a lot of fear being put out in the news about, oh, these aliens are demons or whatever craziness that's being said on
Yeah.
the news and everything. I really love that our events are centered around consciousness, love, and realizing that this is like a deeper connection with yourself or this higher, I don't know what to call it, just this higher divine energy that seems to be all around us. But like there's so much negative, but at our events we're showing people the positive side of the phenomenon. Like people are seeing firsthand how this phenomenon has changed all of us. Like I think that with disclosure, I'm getting a lot of comments on my videos lately like, oh, those are satellites or whatever. And what I'm realizing is it doesn't even matter what the video is. Like what you can see is if you go look back at my old videos and then look at me now, look at the change that I've gone through. Like you can see the evolution that is brought into my life, and that's very real. So whether you believe the phenomenon is real or not, seeing the changes in each of us should be enough for someone to be like, okay, maybe this is something I should take serious and actually put some energy into.
And they might not be ready, they're still stuck in stage 1
For
of,
sure.
not being able to understand what they are,
I always
but
say you got to feed them like a baby, just little
yeah.
bits
Yeah.
at a time. Let them ask questions, and
But it is cool, what you're talking about as we're evolving, we don't fully understand what these are, but we know that they're not here to harm us. We know that they make us happy. We act like children because we're so excited, and they
No.
love it. They react to that.
Yeah.
They dance. It's almost like they're excited in the sky, and they just with the blinkers. We get the blinkers, the camera flash. It's confirmation that they can hear us consciously and connect with us consciously way up in the sky. We're all connected. We're understanding it a little bit better, but not fully. But it's still fun to connect with them because it's a positive experience every time.
Well, I think doing and I hate to say it like this, but I think doing the psychic stuff too just kind of helps, right? Everybody's kind of getting into that
Yes.
Yeah,
mindset, that connection with
100%.
themselves. And then, we send, 15 to, I think that first one, we had a lot. We had like 40 or so people that one time I was there. We sent 40 people out that are kind of connected with themselves and maybe a way that they were differently from when they came. And that's what I think all that stuff was kind of holding there and like rotating. And we got all those ones that like first or second round that we did. I mean, that was amazing. That's
Yeah.
something that I can't unsee, that anybody that was there out of those 40 people, they're going to be changed. You know what I mean? Like those were not satellites rotating around each other 200 or 300 yards off the ground. You know what I mean? Like you can't get past that. And that firsthand experience that we were talking about too, we can't guarantee it. We don't always know what's going to happen. It's just like the psychic stuff. The best psychics in the world are, 80%. We don't always control the weather. We don't always control what's happening. You know what I mean? But like we've all said, this group and the positivity, the kind of lead in of the consciousness and the food and the vibes, playing a few games or whatever in between and just having fun. It's something like we've never experienced, and that's why it's so important for us to be a part of it and want to continue to help it grow. And I do think it would be cool if we got, I know at one time we were talking about maybe doing some like Reiki stuff with some other folks
Mm,
and,
Yeah,
yeah,
bringing in, I think keeping it a little bit grounded too is important, but I think, bringing in some different people from different realms once every 2 months instead of like, every other month. I can't even speak. I'm doing it right
Every
now
month.
again. If you just did every other month, having it
Right.
maybe more like a half day event compared to just the night watch might be cool, and bring in some other people to where, you don't have to plan on it every month, but those people that were looking to come from the East Coast, the West Coast camp, we can put a lot more into it if we know that there's going to be a lot more people, you know what I mean? And I think
absolutely.
just continuing to see it grow. I just wanted to say all that because it's truly been next level, guys. I mean, we've all been to these other things now, and a lot of us, do this independently. Whenever we go somewhere, we try to look. But your guys' ranch, especially when we're all together, is just next level. There's just been nothing like it that we've seen. So,
Awesome.
guys, I want
And
people to
there's
know it's truly next level. And don't go to his house
yeah.
unannounced. You got to be announced. You got to go and make sure they know you're there. Don't trespass on the property without him knowing. He's got big dogs. I'm just saying they're really sweet. But
There is a lot of potential for all of that. And I really do foresee like the Reiki, the conscious connection. And that's the other thing I want to bring in with you doing your psychic games and Brandy helping and with Cheryl. That is also a conscious connection. It's all tied together perfectly. I mean, only the divine could bring us together, I feel. But and there's plans for more because I can feel the energy. I can feel people building on, and I'm all about just growing this community any way that we can in a positive way with the Reiki, with the sound bowl healing, the tuning forks, all of it. It's just such a beautiful aspect of life that I think we need to pay more attention to because we get so lost in the busy, corporate stuff. And so this will help ground, like you said, Ryan, just ground everybody and then be able to just experience some phenomena um, everywhere. I mean, we've got the orbs, the tiny orbs that are like right in front of us. We've got the ships or the orbs that are out in the sky, out in the atmosphere. There's so much out there. And I just feel like we're all connected consciously along with the psychic abilities. It's like we psychically also bring in these ships, the cosmic beings, whatever they are, that they want to connect with us, and they show us through the divine energy, like Justin was saying. And I just think that that's really important to tie that connection with the conscious, mind and soul and body and all of it. It all goes together and it's a beautiful thing.
yeah. So for anyone who hasn't seen my episode where I talked to Dahlia Burgoyne, actually, we were talking about telepathy and how basically mindsight and all these different psychic abilities lead to telepathy. So I think we're basically enhancing the very skill or sense or whatever we need to make contact with the phenomenon, because I think they are sending us telepathic messages, whether we may be like conscious of what they are or if we're unconscious of what's being sent to us. It's still changing our lives. And I think with like the precog training and all the different things that we've been doing, we're really helping people be able to develop their intuition and really start being able to trust these things even more, their senses, telepathic communication, just believing in themselves and what they're capable of. And that's another thing that I'm really proud of with these events is like we're really showing people what's possible. Like we're unlocking human potential that could actually change this world for in a very positive way. Like imagine the change that we could actually make in this world if the more people we bring into this and just sharing these experiences.
the heart matches words, matches actions, and unconditional positive regard, man. It's what flows through our events. And I think I just want to say too, you guys have a good slice of Colorado. So if you were like an out of state person wanting to come in, where you guys are in Nunn, you guys got like plains and what Colorado really looks like out there. But then you guys have Fort Collins in the mountains within like 45 minutes to an hour tops. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So people that were wanting to make it like a trip, you guys have a good slice of everything. And you know, Colorado, Denver's only about 45 minutes away, maybe an hour, depending on how crazy it is by Buc-ee's on I-25. But
Yeah.
you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like it's you guys are you know, for people that might want to make it a trip next year, you know, it's really accessible and really something that can be attained, and not too far out of the way, you know. Um I just want to say one more thing too, you know, with me and Justin kind of having a lot of things kind of blown up too. Me and Justin have been invited to all these other kind of programs that are in this kind of same ballpark, in terms of the size stuff, and a little bit of the paranormal. We love that we've constantly been asked to have people come and join these events, and I think having a good location that, like, once again, we can all kind of come together and bring these people and help them find their tribe. You know, I think that's going to just be amazing, guys. And I can't even tell you how excited I am. You know, I did want to make a comment just so people know and they can hear it on this. I know we're at about 45 minutes or so, but, you know, we do precognition. We do mindsight. We do psychokinesis. You know, hopefully for next year, I can you know, get some money, or through the donations, we can make everybody Psi wheels, that they could even take home with them. You know, for psychokinesis. We do dowsing. Even this last dowsing, everybody loves that. And we even do remote viewing. We had people win trophies, literal trophies, for finding things on the ranch. You know, in my experience, our trainings are just as good as anybody else's. You know, and especially with the opportunities to train something like telepathy, we haven't done that at our events yet. But Justin, you know that, like, when we do our trainings with our Psi competitors, we do telepathy training. I'd love to show, you know, people how we do these different things. And like you said, it all helps connect to the words. It's all connected, guys. And I think as 2026 goes along, we're going to see more and more of that connection, and hopefully get some other opportunities to bring some other like-minded, you know, influencers. You know, we've talked. Carl the Crusher, if you watch this, we'd love to have you out. You know, Mike
Yeah, I
Batista,
mean, we
all
would
you guys
love
from
to have you out.
Utah.
Yeah.
You know, some connections that we've made. We'd love to have him be there too, just to experience your guys' ranch, and hopefully between the two of us, maybe at Psi Games, and, you know, we can try to see what we can do to line some things up as well. So next year would be out of control.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. And then also, so for anyone who is not able to attend our events, I've actually been trying to figure out recently how I can get people involved more at home as well. So at our events, we've been teaching remote viewing. So I actually made how-to videos for remote viewing that you can watch on YouTube, follow along at home. So you can start learning these skills for yourself. And that's something that I really want to keep pushing and developing too. I want to figure out more ways that I can get the community online involved as well. Like maybe we can do more live videos of our events or something, or we can do more trainings that we can post online and stuff like that. So, like, we're constantly trying to think and evolve of new things to do, and we are completely open to any suggestions from people. So, if you have any ideas, please comment down below. We'd love to hear them. But with all
We've
that
talked
be,
everything.
yeah,
Oh, I was gonna wait before you say all that being said, Justin. I got one more thing.
yeah,
We've even talked about doing things like potentially, you know, courses. We've talked about doing some like different kind of like literature type things. And I do think these are all very obtainable probably in the near future. So be on the lookout, especially, you know, Justin's got these amazing, you know, David, you gotta show yours too. You know, we got these amazing Lights Over Loveland shirts. He's got a whole brand of merch that he sells, you know, in addition to that. Oh, she's got hers too. Oh, and you know, I've got my mindsight mask that we're selling.
Yep.
You know, I think the combination of this group's also going to be coming out with some stuff that's really going to be innovative in terms of the Psi community as well, and the connection with UAP and just that love connection, man. I just want to say that one more time, because, you know, we are going to be offering some stuff that's tangible to folks more than just the events. So keep your eye out.
Yeah. And I love how you just said, like, we are trying to push the limits of what is possible with these psychic abilities. So, like, Ryan developing his very own brand new mindsight mask to try to combat the skeptics who are saying that you're able to peek out of the mindfold. So we're trying to develop new ways to show and demonstrate these abilities. And really, like, if we can help push the scientific community to new understandings and everything, like, that's a positive for everyone. So
you cannot see out of the mask, just FYI.
yeah, you definitely can.
Definitely
Yeah.
no.
Is there any final things that you guys would like to talk about before we wrap this up?
No, just appreciate all you guys, and look forward to where this is going to go and see the family grow.
Ryan, Brandy?
Man, there's too much. There's too much because we have so much on the horizon that we've already talked about, and there's a lot of opportunities that are coming up that we would love to. I think Dave and Kari know about a lot of them, but if they haven't been, we'd love to get you guys involved. There's some things in the works in terms of being able to do a little bit more to help spread the word too. And I'm so excited for 2027. I'm so excited to do the Psi Games here very shortly with Justin and bring back some connections to bring out to the ranch with Dave and Kari. And man, we love you guys so much. Thank you so much for everything that you guys have done in our lives. So, Brandy, you got anything?
So as you can see from everything we've said in this video, we are all very, very passionate about this. So if you are looking for a like-minded community where you feel welcome and it's a positive environment, we would love to meet you and have you come out.
Awesome. Well, I just want to say thank you to all of you as well. Like, really, we wouldn't be able to have these events if it wasn't for Kari and Dave, and we wouldn't have been able to take them to the next level without Ryan with all the psychic stuff. So I'm so grateful for all of you, and I want to thank everyone for watching and listening. And like I said, if you have any ideas, we're completely open to suggestions. We'd love to hear them, so please comment down below, and we hope to see you out at one of the events here in the future. So thank you all so much, and I hope your day is filled with love and light, and we'll see you in the next episode.
See you guys.
Peace.
Peace.
Thank you so much for checking out this video. I hope you enjoyed our conversation about our events and our plans and future, and I hope that you come along on this journey with us, and let's see how we can change this world for the better. So this is to do with every human on this planet, and I just want to share it with everyone I can in a loving, fun, curious way. So if that resonates with you, once again, I please ask that you like, follow, share wherever you're watching, and let's change this world together.